Will my idea make me rich? 3 ways to prevent that from being a dumb question. Hey everyone, Tessa here with the Idea Pros marketing team. Hi Lindsay, good to see you. I'm just saying go ahead and say hi to everyone. I know we have the new technology that we're using where we can actually put posts up that you guys are commenting. So take a quick second and say hi and let me know where you are watching us from. And we will get started shortly. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and take that off so I can see your comments. Hi, Bill. Thank you so much for coming. I know we have Donna that commented already on the post feed and Sean. There you are. Oh, no sound. You, interesting. Hold on. Let me see. No sound. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. You might have to turn your speakers up if you had your browser on mute.
You talking to me?
Nope. Can you hear me though? Okay, good. We have some people have sound. Actually, Bill, I think Bill does too. Okay, everyone can hear. Hello, Fred. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. We only had minor technical difficulties, so we are up and running. I just barely introduced the topic. I'm just saying hi to everyone, so you didn't miss much. Don't worry.
I hate when I can't hear myself.
I know. And that would be pretty boring feed if you couldn't hear Fred talk.
Sometimes boring even when you can.
We have a really fun topic. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put the banner back up, and that is, will my idea make me rich? And 3 ways that you can prevent that from being a dumb question, and which is a really bold statement. I know I said this in the Facebook post too, but and very honest, but that's how we roll on the show anyway. And so we're not going to candy coat it or anything. We're going to help you to look at a couple things to see if your idea has potential, how you can tell that, and then we're also going to talk about 3 things that you need to start doing if you're brand new on this journey, or keep doing for all of our existing partners, all the way to market. So, Fred, first of all, that question is kind of loaded. Obviously, the "Will it make me rich?" question. Do you want to just dive right in to talking about that?
Yeah. This is going to be a short show. The answer is no. It takes a lot more than a good idea, even a great idea, to be rich. And it's the biggest problem with that question is the mindset that people have when they ask it. Being rich is a subset of a lot of things, a lot of hard work, a lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes and redos and pivots. And on top of all that, a great team and luck, because even the best ideas, ask Tesla, not this Tesla, the Tesla way back when they're named after, a lot of great ideas don't make you rich, don't even get you a return, don't get you a profit. And so when you decide that you are an entrepreneur, and we've talked about this, failure and crazy, the 2 components you need to have to be an entrepreneur. On top of that, you have to have this undying willpower, and you need to really understand what you're getting into. You need to understand the market you're going into. You need to understand the competitive landscape of that market. You need to flesh out whether this is something that people really want to have. And none of those things are going to get you rich, but the failure to do the things we're going to talk about will certainly guarantee that you're not going to make a penny.
Perfect. So there's a couple things we're going to go over. First of all, like, how does your idea have potential? And so it's important when we all have that first question when we're going to do, and we're looking at inventing something. And you mentioned that we need to look at a couple components. So we need to, there's 3, and we're going to cover number 1, which is to research and understand your market. So can you dive a little bit more into what that looks like and how? I laugh because how Fred told me that this happens, and the way that you can do it easily yourself made me giggle. So Fred, go ahead and dive into the research topic.
Well, yeah, it's not necessarily that you can do it easily yourself, but we have had probably 40,000 some applications in the last 2.5 years, and we have just over 250 partners. Not everybody that applied did we have a chance to say no to. Some people just weren't really serious, but a whole lot, a big percentage of those people we had to say no to. One of the biggest things that we come across over and over again is that people have an idea and then they haven't even explored sufficiently whether or not, number one, it's already out there. Number two, if it's out there, is there something that I can do to make it better? And number three, is there even a market for what my idea is? And you would be shocked, I would say shocked, of the number of people that file an application and say, hey, I got this great thing that I want to create, and we'll do some preliminary research. I'm talking 10 minutes on Google, and find out that you don't want to go there. You don't have anything new. You don't have anything different. You don't have anything that you have any chance of making successful. And so it's really fundamental preliminary thing that everybody should do, whether you're coming to Idea Pros and asking whether or not we want to partner with you, or whether you're going to try to do this on your own or with a few buddies, or going to an angel or an incubator, accelerator type organization. Whatever you do, you got to do the preliminary research, and you'd be surprised how many times, wow, I haven't seen it anywhere. And as soon as you Google it, boom, there it is on Amazon, 47 different people selling exactly what you think is novel and creative and never been done before. So if you are going to be an entrepreneur, and if you think you got something great, spend the time to give yourself the time to validate what you're thinking and to make sure that what you're thinking is something that's unusual and different and has a market potential.
Yeah, and when he told me, he literally was like, okay, so yes, I have this great tool and you're going to go search for GOOGLE. And then I was like, wait a minute. Shoot. So the couple of the things that you're looking for, again, are the competitors. So what they're doing. And then you're also looking for, there's other searches that they could do to find like the solution to the problem, right? So type in the problem. How do I fix blah? Yes, so exactly. It's not just like a specific name, because it may not be out there in that way. And then, of course, checking Google alerts are great for that. So if you think if there's a topic you can search for, it will alert you when things come up. So news articles and things like that, if that's on your mind and you're wondering if it's something that you can go forward with. Now, market research and what Idea Pros goes into is way deeper. So it talks about, market size and how much. So there's a lot more research that goes into it that has to be put behind the decision to go to start on a journey towards the product, right?
Yeah, and let me address that, but let me also address something that you just said. You said, you're looking for, how do I fix this? Or, how do I do that? That's the key. The key is there a problem that people are trying to fix? Is there something that people need? If you're coming up with something that people don't even think that they have an issue with, your chances of being rich, your chances of making a profit are probably zero. You need to understand that there is a problem, a big problem, that maybe it's being resolved, it's being addressed. And I've used the example before of the first motor cars when they came out, because people often say, well, we don't have any competitors. And you could argue that the very first motor car had no competitors. The reality is that if they had Google back then and you typed in, hey, how do I get across town, or how do I get from one town to another, you get all this stuff up about horses, right?
Exactly.
Right. So there's a problem, because you see all these people are typing in, how do I get from here to there? There's a solution. Well, the answer is horses. And if your solution is way better or way different or more convenient or less expensive or more robust, then you have someplace to play. So now let's go to your question to me.
Yes. We'll go back to you now.
Components to research. Number one is getting the research done, having the facts in front of you, and then being able to do things with it. And frankly, you can do the same kind of research that we can do up front. Anybody can do it. You can go from inexpensive, $400, $500, $600, by going to Upwork, getting a contractor that specializes in a certain area. We often do things like that. We'll use a contractor to gather up data for us, right? So that's the first part of it. It's like getting all your ingredients for a recipe, right? Now you have all those ingredients in front of you. Now the hard part is taking those ingredients and making a great cake or souffle or whatever it is that you're going to make. So the first part of that, gathering data, is really easy on the internet. Anybody can do it. The second part, taking that data, analyzing it, finding what that means, both on the competitive side of things and on the market side of things, and on the potential for a differentiated offering. That's the harder part. That's where you need the experience, the gray hair, the lack of hair in the back, all that stuff. You need to have experience to be able to understand what to do with that. So you can probably go out and hire analysts that will take the data that you have collected and help you analyze that data. But again, these are fundamental things. If you want to have that big, beautiful cake, you got to have the recipe and you got to know how to bake.
I think Fred mentioned that you could have a contractor or even Idea Pros use as a contractor, but he's saying that so lightly, but that's a specialist. So that's very unique because they find the best of people that can do these types of activities, and so he's so nonchalant about it, but I mean the people really know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, we do have a funnel. It starts with the data collectors, and those people typically have involvement in business. They have business degrees, and again, you can find people with really good business experience on Upwork that will work for a reasonable amount. So those are the data collectors, and we have a silo. We gather up that data, then we go down and we have our project managers kind of analyze it, set it together, and then we have our double MBA, Chandler, you met a couple of weeks ago,
yeah.
Reviews, sends it back up the chain 3 or 4 times, puts things together, starts analyzing the stuff and look for the go-to-market strategy. And then it'll come down to me. And we'll sit together, I'll look at it, and it might go all the way back up that funnel again because there's something I'm not happy with or something I don't think was covered, or it looks perfect, and then Chandler and I and the team will sit down and come up with our go-to-market strategy. How do we penetrate the market? Where are those 1-star reviews that competitors have, and how can we take advantage of those 1 stars and turn them into our 5 stars? That's the harder part. Is again, I use the analogy of the X-ray. If your doctor took your X-ray, just handed it to you to read, you're probably not going to diagnose yourself very well. And so that's where the expertise, gathering the data is the X-ray, interpreting the data is the doctor.
And the next thing actually comes from doing that, like you said, looking at your 1-star reviews of your competitors. Now you figure out how you're going to stand out and know how your solution is going to be unique, right? So that's number 2 that you have to be doing. And I just want to point out too that this is all throughout the process. This is not just when you're starting out. So this is always on your mind. How, what's the market look like and how are you going to stand out? And we'll have number 3 in a second. So stand out. And Fred, can you tell us a little bit about how, what you're looking for? What's really innovative? How do you know if it's going to stand out?
Yeah, and mind you, if you have these things kind of figured out, or if you've thought through them, there's a lot bigger probability that we might partner with you. But this is not about Idea Pros. This is not about partnering with us. This is about entrepreneurs and what every single entrepreneur needs to do to have a chance. And so basically, again, it's taking that data and then positioning yourself with that data. This is the market. This is the market opportunity. These are the issues with the market. This is the part of the market that's not being addressed well. And by the way, look at this. This is a big market that I want to play in. And there's the hole. There's the thing that's not being addressed well. And so that's why I talk about 1-star, 2-star reviews all the time, is there's some commonality there, because with that commonality, you find your position in the world. Wow, if I can only do these 1-star things 5-star, then I have a place to play. And all my ads can say, if I find out over and over again that my competitors have an offering, but that 3 miles into driving their new Jeep, it catches on fire, then my ads can say, hey, tired of your Jeeps catching on fire in 3 miles? Well, we have a Jeep that'll last forever. Again, exploiting the weaknesses of your opponents to provide a service that your potential customers are complaining about. So find that place. So when you come to me, if you want to be my partner, you come to me and you say, hey, this is what I got. I got this incredible widget. Widget sales are going up 10% a year. These are the main competitors in the field. This is where they're screwing up. And this is where I'm doing really well. My product will do XYZ that none of these will do. And research shows that these customers really would love to have this. When you come to me like that, or when you go to an accelerator, an incubator, even a venture capital firm, even friends and family that you want to get interested in participating with you, when you come armed with knowledge that shows that not only did you have that great idea, will it make me rich, but that you have taken the time and energy and used your brain to go in there and just open kimono, look at you and what you got going, and look at the world out there and whether you really can make a difference in that world.
I think we talk about a unique positioning statement too, a UPS, and this is where that comes in. It's how you're going to differentiate yourself. So partners, I know we talked about this a lot in one of our last Idea Pros Insider Circles. This is where that falls in, right? So it's how you're going to quickly differentiate your product from other products. So I had to do a little.
We had I think about 150 of our partners this Wednesday, and we had an hour-long discussion just on this one aspect of it. So you can see how important it is, because it really forms the nucleus of what you're all about, right? The core value proposition that you're bringing to the table. And if you don't discover that, then you're just going around. In fact, I had somebody that I was helping out just yesterday, actually, a friend of one of my daughters who has a really great business idea. Nothing that I can work with. It's a brick and mortar type of program. But here's a really experienced person, and he's got things all over the place, doesn't know which way to go with it. Every one of the things that he has going on are really cool. But every one of those things has competitors, strong competitors. But nobody has the bundle of offerings that he has. And he never considered, wow, if I put these together in a bundle, nobody else is doing this. And so we were able, in a half an hour discussion, come up with a plan that should do really well for him. So again, nobody wants your brilliant idea, right? You have these companies out there that promise you, 2 o'clock in the morning, you can't go to sleep because you have this great idea. You have George Foreman or somebody else showing up saying that, we're going to take that wonderful idea you have and you are going to be rich. You're not going to be rich. It's not going to work. Hard work, roll up your sleeves, get good partners, whether it's Idea Pros, whether it's an angel group, incubator group, whether it's a few buddies that are going to get together, whether it's a family like the Fritz family that just launched their toffees and completely sold out, and now made the state newspaper, and just doing awesome. Hard work, roll up your sleeves, get out there, run against the wall, but know what you're doing. Know your position. Without knowing your position, you just don't have a chance.
Fred just jumped the gun and went into commit, which is number 3, guys. So do you have the time and money to commit to getting the product to market? And this is if you're at the beginning or if you're at the middle end. I mean, this always applies. Do you have the money to keep it going through? So Fred, can you explain a little bit more about that piece and the success of how you're going to make money from your product and your idea at the end?
Yeah. I mean, the bottom line is you're not going to pay some company $800 and be famous. It's not going to happen. You need to be committed, and be committed in multiple ways. That was the crazy part of being an entrepreneur. It's very, very risky. and your chances are against you. And that's why I say one of the traits of entrepreneurs is you got to be crazy, because everybody in your family, your friends, your coworkers are all going to try to discourage you from moving forward. And it can be a very fast process to become discouraged if you don't realize in the very beginning that no matter how great your idea is, it's not going to make you rich. What's going to make you rich, if anything, is going to be your dedication, your hard work, your perseverance, your sweat, the equity that you put into it, both in time and energy and money. You know, you may have to mortgage your house. You may have to sell your sailboat like I had to do, your powerboat like Steve Brown with Eclipse Sunscreen, one of our partners, had to do. It is painful trying to be successful. And if you're not feeling the pain, it's not going to happen.
Well, I think that along with this, if you are sitting there doubting yourself and that you're going to be able to do this, I do have to say that a lot of people give themselves excuses. They use excuses to not move forward. So I do want to say that there is a video that we recently did a live called 7 Excuses that will kill your idea. So if you're on the fence and you don't know, but you want to make this happen, I mean, the fact is the commit part means that you have to make a decision and go a direction. But if you have excuses holding you back, I will have one of my team members put in the link to the Facebook of the 7 Excuses so that we can get you guys some over there, because maybe you need to deal with some things before you move forward, and that's okay. But these are 3 things that can help you in getting to that point where your product is going to be able to make money. Money for you. One thing to know is that there are a lot of steps in getting to a product to market, and we have the free startup checklist on ideapros.com. I'm going to put that in the chat too, because what we cover on these lives is really all just a part of that bigger picture whole. So if you haven't looked at that in a while, because we haven't put it up, and I just need to tell you it's a great resource and it's there for you. So I'm going to put it in the chat right now, just so you have it. But Fred, is there anything else that you want to cover on this topic before we say hi to people? Say bye to people, I guess.
Again, none of this stuff is a guarantee, and becoming quote unquote rich should really be a secondary motivation. If it happens, it happens, but it happens because of your dedication, your hard work, your undying commitment, your ability to understand that maybe even though you're 6 months into something, you're going down the wrong path and you should make a turn here or a turn there. That never give up attitude, as we say here, we don't have failures. We have opportunities and we have successes, right? So if you're doing something, it doesn't work out, that's an opportunity for you to learn and to keep going. People who get to that opportunity and treat it as a failure are going to get frustrated. They're going to have wasted $5,000, $10,000, $100,000, and they're going to give up. You're not going to be successful partnering with me. You're not going to be successful just because you're doing all this work. But the chances of you succeeding are going to be wholly dependent upon your perseverance, your work ethic, your ability to understand where there are holes in the marketplace that you can exploit. We have a product that's just going to go on the launch pad here. This is Forenza, which is a watch brand. When our partner first came to us, he had this great deal. He was going to build out these really cool watches, minimal branding on there, but for the kind of millennial clientele that really wants to be about themselves and not some big brand. And so he came to us and we really researched it and found out there's a whole lot of watches out there that, $100 or $200 that are made in China. They all come from the same factory and there's no differentiator. So we spent a few months doing it. We came up with a watch that Swiss made, using all the same interior that watches like Rolex use, all very high quality, digital watches, good down to 100 meters, about $400 instead of $4,000 or $40,000. And so top quality things that he's ready to start selling right away, and he's found a place, a market space that is all by himself, right? You got the cheap watches that companies, by the way, that have been purchased for $100-200 million selling crap, and then you have the really expensive watches that a lot of people aspire to, and now you got all the inside guts of this really expensive watch, really high quality. It can be yours for just a few minutes. So stay tuned on there. But again, this is about never giving up, taking a look at where you are, understanding that wait a minute, that may not be the right place. I want to be in watches. I want to make a difference. I want to showcase something that's minimalistic. But how do I separate myself from all of these dozens or not hundreds of watch companies that are selling these $100 Chinese watches? And we came up with a solution. I think he's going to do really, really well.
Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm excited to see it on Launchpad, and it's ideaproslaunchpad.com, guys. If you haven't been there lately, you should go check it out. But I do want to put up a couple comments. I know I have Aziza, and she says, I'll never quit.
No, I know that for sure.
She's definitely one of our partners. Thank you so much. I might actually put up a couple. If you
but let me talk about Aziza for a second.
All right, back to Aziza.
I think we still have a contest going on with her product. She and I have been kicking back and forth to find the right manufacturer of our bottles and containers. She's got a brilliant company out of Canada making all the ingredients for us, so top-notch ingredients. And we've been running a campaign, a giveaway campaign, where we will give away once a week. We'll give away the whole set of things that we're going to be selling imminently. And literally, we got thousands and thousands and thousands of email addresses from people interested in the product. And so even this has taken a long time, right? Every step of the way takes a really long time. Aziza's been on the Launchpad, I don't know, 3 months, maybe even more. And as we're trying to fine tune things, and as we're trying to collect data and find how do we get people interested, that's a painful process too. So not only knowing your stuff at the very beginning, but knowing that throughout the entire process of going from idea to market, it's painful. It's slow. Even when we do it 4 times faster than you would do it on your own. It's still painfully slow for an entrepreneur that wants to get on there to show the family, to show the friends, to show the coworkers that say you're crazy, that no, you're not. Here it is on the marketplace. So there's all this tension going on all the time. Don't let the tension get the best of you. Continue focusing on going live when you're ready to go live with a differentiated product that can kill it. And that's the key to having any chance whatsoever of being that rich person that some of us strive to be.
Right. Well, Aziza just said that she appreciates every bit of effort we've put in, you, everyone, all of you in the back there at Idea Pros, put into the project. Thank you. And to everyone who signed up. I just have to say that Aziza's product is like heaven on your face, because I loved it. It was like spa. It was a spa treatment, and it smelled amazing. So I just had to say that. We had so many cool comments though, guys. So I just want to put up a couple of yours. I know Odin said, thank you for another great session. And we have Lindsay saying congratulations, I think, to Aziza. I'm a little behind in my comments here. Mitch Bell says he's so happy to be with Idea Pros. And guys, if you have any questions about want to have a specific topic for the live, there is a question and answer form on there's a Q&A submission form on every post. And please, please, please let us know what you want to find out more about, because I know there's a lot of stages, a lot of information, and we have a chance to pick Fred's brain once a week. So let me know what you need. And please go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We are live on YouTube right now as well. So if that's your preferred platform, you can go over there, and you can also type in comments over there and we can see them here. So
yeah, I just saw a comment from somebody, I guess, is trying to be a partner with us, Mark Morris. Keep it up. keep watching. Even if we don't end up partnering, from what you just said, I have confidence that we will. But this is a good place to go to. We want to be known at Idea Pros is the place for any entrepreneur to go to learn about the things that they need to have an opportunity to succeed. This is not just about our partners. Our partners love us. We love our partners, and we have our private once a month event for our partners. But we all want to share the knowledge because we're all entrepreneurs, and we all want every one of you to be armed with the types of things that you need to have in order to have that possibility to make that question not be a stupid one.
Absolutely. Well, I love Sean too. His last comment was drive, passion, and burning desire. I think that's what we have to help entrepreneurs. Yeah. So thank you all so much. We appreciate you being here every Friday at noon Pacific time. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.